For those of you who didn't recognize me without a guitar or a violin on steroids in front of me, hi, my name's Chance. Today I'm going to be talking about how I used to hate everyone all the time. Now I know what you're thinking. Chance is not something you say in a senior speech, or, oh boy, here we go again. Or even, what, you hated me? But just bear with me, I do have a point. It wasn't personal. By the end of the second trimester of my junior year, I had delved down into a dark place in my mind. I was isolating myself at school and at home. I had friends, but they either went to other schools or, as far as my anxiety was concerned, had better, closer friends to talk to. So I was in the English classroom, in the music room, or in Miss P's room. I felt alone, far more alone than I had in a long time. As a result, I went to a rather interesting state of semi-existence. It was a bit like being a zombie. I wasn't really present. Nothing seemed real, and I just sat and watched myself go through the motions without really having a say in what I was doing. My grades started to drop, and I fell further behind on my homework. Sometimes I wanted to scream out, and I was often internally doing so. I couldn't seem to stop myself from not doing the work. I just fade out of existence, and then class was over, and wow, how did that happen? Whenever I did have moments of being present, I'd end up having anxiety attacks and hyperventilating because AP Lit essays were just too much. The world was just too much. Living was just too much. The moments I was conscious enough to notice the world around me and the people in it, I often felt disdain, irritation, and pity towards them. Everyone seemed to be too mature, too insecure, too serious, or not serious enough. I couldn't stand people. People in general, not specifics, just people. That was awful. Hating everyone is awful. You can't genuinely enjoy a conversation ever. Everything anyone does is stupid, pointless, or cruel. Life just dims down further, and towards the end of the very end of the third trimester, I ended up going to a therapy group for 3 days and not going to school at all. I was to finish school during the summer. At therapy, I met other teenagers going through anxiety, depression, and suicidal urges. The therapy itself was focused on what to do in the event of anxious feelings or anxiety attack. Essentially, they were trying to teach us how to train our thoughts so that our thoughts didn't run away with us, which wasn't particularly helpful for me because I kind of knew everything they were saying already, and it wasn't most of it was not new information. But being able to communicate with others my age was refreshing. Commiserating over each other's stories, swapping tricks to deal with our various mental illnesses, which is different from what they were teaching us, often more useful, and sharing songs and music that helped us throughout the rough times of our life. The therapy group only went for a month, but we still talk to each other. We have group chat and Instagram and everything. At the end of the summer, I went to India with a friend. I took part in a course on how to become a better human, basically. Just little things like how to deal with conflict with a calm mind, how to let go of the past, and how to live in the moment instead of suffering over anxiety towards the future. While I was there, I was the most at home I have ever been. My class consisted of people from ages 18 to 30, and I was the exception at age 17. Even so, I never felt out of place, and after the first day and throughout the week, I wasn't as anxious as I had been before. It was blissful. In India, I met over 100 individuals from all over the world. In between lessons, I was able to have in-depth conversations about life and our different struggles and how we cope. There wasn't any judgment. We listened and were listened to. We gave advice and were given advice. We supported and were supported. One of the monks who gave the course, there's three, one of the monks who gave the course talked to me on one-on-one on how to still learn to love myself even with gender dysphoria, which is mind-opening. Since my trip to India, I haven't returned to the low point I was back in junior year. I wouldn't say I've completely overcome my anxiety or depression, as you can't really get over mental illness, so to speak. But it isn't as bad as it could be. Now, I did say I have a point. What I want to leave you with is this. Everyone, whether they suffer from mental illness or not, goes through low and dark emotional points throughout their life. No matter how much it may feel like it at the time, you are not alone. You are not alone, and it can get better. Thank you. Mr. Rancott, Ms. Kay, Ms. Valier, Ms. Hodges, Ms. Feedy, and Ms. Rudolph. Thank you for supporting me through my 3 years here, and I don't think I'd be alive without you guys. Samara, Kaden, and Kennedy, voice class with you three is often the best part of my day, so I appreciate y'all for that. Hannah, you asked for a shout out, so here you go. Olivia, thank you for running prison with me. You're awesome. Jared, Batman is a snack. Thanks for making government fun and economics bearable. Taylor, writing songs with you is so fun, and I'm sorry that you're a horse. Mom, Dad, Molly, and Zach, thanks for everything. I know that I can be a pain to deal with sometimes, and I'm sorry for that. I love you guys.